What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven. This is Steven in Stereo, and in today's video, we're going to jam the new JENNIE album, Ruby. I have checked out 3 of the main singles, or I guess the 3 main singles from this record, and I already was super into it, but that last one with Handlebars really got me interested because I didn't expect that sound from JENNIE, so now I'm really looking forward to a full album from her. If you guys want to see the full uncut album listening party version of this, please make sure to check out Patreon. The link's in the description. I have so many albums over there that are full album listening parties, and also Patreon is 100% the reason I'm able to make these videos, so thank you from the bottom of my heart to everyone who supports me over on Patreon. But with all those things out of the way, I'm super excited to dive into this, as always. This first track is Intro Jane with FKJ. All right. Sounds like a little Rhodes keyboard. Ooh, that is so clean. Oh my God. I think it's always a good way to start an album is to make it vibey like this. Oh, bringing that snare in. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, I love the way she accentuates her voice. Hold on. The way she falls into that section right there is so cool to me. There's also like such like a R&B like presence in this, especially in her vocal delivery, but I just love this section right here. Woo! These instrumentals are so great. She's way vibier than I expected her to be. I can't get over like that vocal delivery, like going from the verse into the way this kind of pre-chorus moment is. I love how she changes her delivery almost to a point that I can't really explain why it makes me so happy, but it does. And I'm going to take it back and do it again. Woo! There's such a wave here. Fuck yeah. I always love when they like turn the heat up on that instrumental. They cook it right there. Yeah, I could get used to JENNIE with this like chill R&B vibe right here. As long as she's doing this sound with that kind of vocal delivery, especially like the tight verse, but then kind of like letting it fall into the chorus. That is super cool to me. Also, all with an anthem of just saying like anybody ever messes with you, anybody ever puts you in like a difficult position, anybody ever does any of that shit to you, I'm going to start a war because the love that I have for you is enough for me to literally go to battle with motherfuckers to make sure that you're safe and protected always. And so I feel like that loving spirit while also being tough as fuck is exactly why you kind of get this vibe here. And I love that. All right. With the IE way up. Oh. Woo! Hey. Okay, I love the way her voice sounds when she does this hip hop cadence right here. There's something about this. It almost sounds like alternative. Like think of like, it's almost like you have somebody that does like rock typically. I'm not saying she does rock, but I'm saying like almost like a rock oriented type sound, definitely like an alt rock type sound, but then have them deliver these cool like hip hop verses. Woo! Oh, she knows what she's doing here. Come on. Ooh, that switch up. You cannot help but catch a vibe to this. I'm sorry. She said shots going up, bulletproof glass when I'm riding through. I've got this fascination. Well, it's really just whatever this feeling that I get when you listen to artists like JENNIE that know how to hype you up in a way. You know, I listen to a lot of hip hop on top of everything else I listen to. And one of the reasons I do is because hip hop makes you feel a type of way. Like it makes you feel better. I don't know why. It makes me feel better about myself. There's just a lot of things that go with that. And I really love JENNIE's like take on like a boom bap type instrumental like this, because I feel like she really delivers that swaggy kind of approach, this very chill, loose, just like fucking, I know that I'm the shit, shots ringing up when I'm here, so I got to come in bulletproof because I'm that person. People want to fuck with me because of my, you know, not like status, but like because of who I am, or because of the kind of energy that I radiate, like whatever that case may be. I know that people are going to know that I'm here. Like my presence is going to be known, and JENNIE makes me feel like my presence is known. So fuck yeah. All right, this is Extra L featuring Doechii. This is Love Hangover with Dominic Fike, who I think I've only ever heard like one song from Dominic Fike before. Uh-oh, what did they put in this song? Because I feel like it's stuck in my head already. Oh! Woo! That guitar. Love the way she's delivering this too, because like obviously in these kind of lyrics, if you're in a relationship where you keep falling back into it, even though maybe you know that you shouldn't, yet you keep doing it over and over again, there is this kind of excitement about it. But at the same time, there's this little bit of like, damn it, like why did I do that again? I'm on this love hangover again. I knew I was gonna put myself in this position, and yet here I did it again. Ooh. I had to single, double, triple back. One day we're growing apart, the next day I'm at her apartment. I know that y'all have lived through that. I did it again. She said, oh shit, I did it again. Fuck yeah. I'm glad they sampled the double triple back. So glad they let that breathe out at the end. Those little vocal sample chops literally just feeding my spirit. I really love this track, especially the chorus. I love how it kind of just drops in. You kind of just get lost in that guitar riff going. You can actually feel like the emotional pull that JENNIE is being kind of like pulled into, of not wanting to be with this person, but then falling kind of right back into it, and then having to deal with the consequences of yourself after that. And you can kind of feel that. And I feel like, you know, even with that guitar, everything just kind of like builds into that moment. So fucking cool. Let it breathe at the end. Like I said, I'm never going to be upset about that. I love a good instrumental. All right, this is Zen. See, I love a good instrumental. You got reverse strings right here. I tell him down. Oh shit. So much reverb on her voice. I'm so here for it. Woo. Oh. Yep, this is the one right here. God damn. Woo. Oh my God. Drop it. Woo. Oh. God damn. JENNIE. All this power. Woo! That's true. You cannot be two of one. You were the only Jennie. Those reverse strings coming right back to me. Oh, man, a song like that fucking just reminds me of why music is the greatest thing ever. I love a track that is just so built up, has so much life to it. There's so much fucking reverb on this thing that I think that there are parts of my neighborhood that are still hearing pieces of Jennie's voice, and I will never complain about that. Let it ring on. I love a song that's this powerful about really just about never letting anyone steal your light, like making sure that you are in control of yourself all the time. And you don't let others, the people out, like the outside world, affect your worldview and the things that you love. And you don't want them to dim your light and take your spirit. None of those things, right? So like, that's a powerful message. And you put it in this much reverb, you have Jennie on a fucking pedestal at that point, just sitting here at the throne, reminding us to be our true selves. And I fucking love that. Stay true. Jennie said, stay true. It is zen to me though, to hear her with this kind of instrumental. I'll talk about the instrumentals forever. These producers on this record are fucking top tier. I love what I'm hearing throughout this. I love a track that has so much distortion and so much space. It definitely gives me vibes of like The Weeknd. And I'm a huge fan of like anything that when The Weeknd does anything, the first thing I want to know is who's producing it. And I can't wait to hear what those instrumentals sound like. As much as I love Abel and The Weeknd, I still like those from the very beginning. That's what pulled me in. This is one of those songs that could have pulled me into Jennie right away. Like the first time I heard it, like I would have heard this and been like, yeah, I'm sold. So fucking love that. All right. This is Damn Right with Childish Gambino and Kali Uchis. This is going to be great. Mike Will made it. Oh, that whole run right there. Woo! Oh my God. One more. Hey. I could see this fucking being a single because of that hook right there. Oh. I'm sorry. One more.
Hitting top notch means the simpler things. Playing hopscotch, but she landed a square. He never even tried to put her legs in the air. He never even tried to put a baby in there.
Fuck. Come on, with a vocal melody like that. I feel like I just got lost in that song. That's how fucking beautiful this thing is. Yo, all three of them sound so good on this. I just gotta say that right away. Childish Gambino, though, to me, doing this like beautiful singing, which I haven't really heard him do before, and then going into this almost like Andre 3K style of like hip hop cadence. I'm such a fan of that. It sounded beautiful. Kali's voice is amazing. I think this is the first time I've ever heard her, but I'm definitely interested. But Jennie with this kind of sound, dude, not what I was expecting. Can't wait to hear more of it. Holy shit. And also, like, you know, it's got one of those like really solid, you know, almost like late 90s, early 2000s R&B kind of style sounds. And I think that's also what's really pulling me into this. I feel a little biased because I love that era and that genre. So yeah, hell yeah. All right, this is FTS. I guess we're going to find out what that means. Oh. This is what I mean about her voice right here. This kind of delivery is so cool to me. Damn, that's worse than most things you could say to somebody. What matters to you isn't that deep to me. Oh yeah. Jennie's healing in this one. You heal. Do it. Oh, and then just takes it all away from us like that. Jennie knew what she was doing here. And I also feel like this is very cathartic. I don't know. Maybe it's just me listening to this. When you hear this sort of like anthemic kind of feeling, but there's a lot of vulnerability behind it, I do kind of feel, well, not anthemic, it definitely has that ballad sound. And I think that in that ballad sound with that vulnerability, being able to sing about really changing, like something changing within you to finally be able to move past this relationship. And I feel like this might've been like similar to the person we're talking about in Love Hangover. The problem is when you keep going back, at some point, those going backs are going to run out, right? The lives are going to run out. And at some point, one person does have to either change or be the one who says, even if I'm not going to change, I have to leave. And in Jennie's situation, it does seem like inside of her, she no longer cares about the things that that person cares about. She's flipping the script inside of herself. She is going to make that change to make sure that she can finally get out of this kind of like toxic cycle that she's in. She sounds beautiful in this. I'm obsessed with this song. And it's another one of those moments when I'm just hanging on to every word she says. And I feel like that's happened a few times in this record already. So sick. All right, Filter. Oh shit. Oh, she's in a really cool pocket in this. Oh, yep, this is my favorite song. Oh, oh, come on. Oh, don't do this to me. Oh my God. Woo! So worth it. I don't know the words. I need to know them though. In my head, I knew where this instrumental was going to go the whole time. I never did. I love that so much. I'm so fucking obsessed with everything that was put into this song. I love the vocal delivery. She is in such a cool pocket in this. So like, I say that, but she does like 4 different kind of styles in this, right? But I love that every single time that switch up happened, she would find the coolest spot to be in. She really sounds the coolest she has sounded on this entire record in this, especially that moment. I think it's right here. Let me see. Yeah, right here. It's my favorite part. Oh. That's so fucking cool to me. Also, she's just a badass. And again, this is just another one of those moments where she's got this, it's a self-love thing in a way where it's this, I say anthemic moment because I'm sorry, I feel like I could be screaming this shit out, right? I feel like it's an anthemic moment of just reminding you to be yourself again. Like there's something so nice about not having to have a filter. And I think what she's trying to say is like, we do all have to put some sort of a filter on all throughout the day, but there's something about this raw, uncut version of ourselves that like, if we can take it all off and really show people who we really are, we're going to feel our most comfortable. Jennie's straight up just saying like, I feel my best when I have no filter. And I think that we're so used to kind of being able to make ourselves however we want online that I think sometimes we forget that there's a version of us within ourselves that is who we are. And it's okay if people maybe don't like that, unless you're like a shitty person, in which case you need to put a filter on. If you're a bad person, put a filter on, because put a filter on or shut the fuck up. Okay. This is Soul City.
put you in that mind. Pick me up, flying lights, paradise and so.
Oh, why does that sound so cool?
Pick me up, flying lights, paradise and Soul City. He says, my attitude out of control. Tell me what to do, Mr. General. I could give you life, apple love, oh my eye. Pick me up, flying lights, paradise and Soul City. Mr. General.
Yeah, dude. Damn. I honestly already feel, so we're not done with the record yet. Obviously we got 2 songs left, but I have this, like, I spent a lot of money one time on like a huge speaker system. It's ridiculous, but it ended up in my basement because that's typically what happens with everything. And I want to bring that out. I'm going to set it up and I want to play this record with like all the bass and everything and literally let my house become this record. I know y'all know what I mean. I want to do that so bad today. I think that is exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to clean my house at the loudest volume I can, the most ridiculous way, because I need to hear Soul City specifically. I need my house to turn into Soul City. It's just got to happen. Like that song is just too fucking it for it to not be. All right. Starlight.
Said you see the starlight in me. What about the black mystery?
Hey.
What about the moments you don't see?
Hey, that's a real thing too, right? You want to be loved for every version of you. So people always, people will tell you all these great things about yourself, or I see these great things within you, but it's like, yeah, but do you see the darkness that's also in there? Do you see these other things that maybe aren't, quote unquote perfect?
I was just a white lie. Truth comes out in time, every time.
Whew.
I know in my soul. Yeah.
Oh,
Starlight bright, starlight bright, starlight bright, starlight. Yeah. Starlight bright, starlight bright, starlight bright, starlight. See, gon' levitate to the 808. I gravitate to.
me too.
real enough.
I will levitate to the 808. Fucking, I want to get that tattooed on my face. It's levitate to the 808.
Starlight bright, starlight bright,
Fuck yes. I wish there would have been like one more section of that in the song, because I love that section so much. So I feel like when you want unconditional love, I feel like that's kind of what Jennie is saying here. There's like, you can sometimes see all these parts of somebody, but like you don't always know their entire story. You don't know everything that's going on. So people are really good at putting on a filter. People are really good at showing themselves one way and feeling a different way on the inside. And I think that is what Jennie's trying to say here is like, I want to be loved for all those versions of me, because there's a journey that I've had to go through to be where I'm at now. So when you see that starlight in me, please, like, you may not see all the other parts of me, but I feel like it's important to understand those things so you can love me for who I am. I could be absolutely wrong about that. All right, this next one is Twin. Actually, this is the last one because we did all the singles. So, Twin.
I come right in a letter, and I put in a 12-ounce bottle of Heineken, and an Atlantic on a whim.
Oh, live recording?
Too long. Just bear with me. We were 10 years in and young and dumb and innocent, my friend. But I knew along, but we were both wrong. It's like I'm writing a letter, but I'm writing a song. It's like I'm writing a letter, but I'm writing a song. It's like I'm writing a letter, but I'm writing a song.
Woo! Jennie just gets it. Like, I feel like just listening to this, and obviously like it's Jennie with the people that she's producing with too, right? But they just understand something. They understand the wiring of the human brain when it comes to this style of music, because even in this track, which is acoustic driven, and it's really just an acoustic guitar and Jennie, but she finds a way to find these vocal loops to sing herself that makes this like sound like an even bigger, more full song and give you that same that same feeling that you feel when you hear that favorite part in a song and you're like, oh my God, I need that again. So I listened to it 387 times in one day. That is totally what I'm getting from this, like when she does those vocals like that.
Make up, make things right when we get older. Friend, twin.
Fuck yeah.
Do you feel a way? I blamed a time and wasn't time, and we was fighting and colliding.
Man, listening to this is really, the only thing is it's making me upset that we didn't have like another song that kind of sounded like this, or something that had like another chance to really just listen to her voice. Here's the thing. I love these like instrumentals that are just like heavy. I'm going to get lost in them forever. I'm never going to complain about them. But then I hear a song like this and I'm like, oh my God, Jennie's got so much to offer even more vocally. Like when you take her out of these heavy produced songs and you bring her into this, she's just an incredible singer. Just in general, I want to hear more of these like raw kind of vocals like this.
I didn't hold ya.
Is that harmony coming
But I
in?
still know ya. We will make up, make things right when we get older.
Woo! That was it.
Twin, the star.
God, and that reverb and her voice just goes out there.
Swim. Twin, you and I, we drifted apart.
So, got some goosebumps on my face right there. Cause is this song also about the same person that FTS was about, and also the same person that Love Hangover was about, and also the same person that possibly Start a War was about? I know that not every song on this record was talking about the same thing. Obviously there are songs, you know, like Jennie and things like that that stand out as their own sound, but I feel like that there is like a narrative going on in this album that is heavy on this sort of relationship that seems like it drifted apart. It seems like there's been a lot of push and pull in that has led to this moment whenever, even though they are apart, like she said in FTS, it just seemed to me like even if they are apart, there's this kind of reality that they're always kind of linked. That's her twin. And I feel like she really sums up the emotions of that kind of like struggle that she's having with that relationship really well, especially on this last track. That's her twin. Honestly, going through track by track, Jennie is just really fucking cool. I don't know how else to say that. There's something about her presence on every song that makes it feel like the coolest song. And I know y'all know what I mean if you're a fan of Jennie, because as you like listen to her come in, her delivery, her cadence, her vocals, they switch up just a little bit with every song she does. And I think that's also cool because you're always like looking forward to what you're going to hear from Jennie. But then she'll come on a track, she'll give you a hip hop verse, flip it into a really cool, like pop catchy melody, or then take another song and have it like a dance kind of sound. All of these things coming together, just knowing full well that she'd also be on stage dancing as hard as she possibly could in these tracks is insane to me. The musicianship is absolutely out of control at this point. I feel like it's 2025. Music is so far ahead of itself at this point, and artists like Jennie are continuing to push that boundary, blending even more genres. I said before, her voice sometimes has like an alt rock kind of sound to it. No, she's not an alt rock artist, but there's something to be said about some of the way that she pronunciates and says certain types of things. And I feel like in songs, when I can hear her kind of doing that sound and then switching it up to a singing voice and then going into like this, you know, kind of like just letting these vocals kind of fall out in this really cool way, you're all just playing on the fact that you've got this really sick fucking attitude, and it's cool to be able to play that in your music the way that she does. This album does something for me in the sense that I now want to jam this thing and turn my house into Soul City, because that song alone, and damn right, getting lost in that song, Love Hangover, which is an absolute banger, with the IE way up, is sick as fuck. Start a War, I'm gonna be real, I just like these songs. There's not a single song I listened to the first time and I wasn't feeling, and I always let you guys know if that happens. My big criticism, and it ain't even big, but Starlight needed needed like a third verse or something. Or a third hook. I needed to be able to hear that Starlight section again. And I do hope that somebody ends up sampling that and doing like a feature or collaboration, because I think that would be a really cool moment. Now, I don't know if this is the only record that she's put out. I'll have to look, but I'm definitely interested in listening to all things Jennie at this point. But this is just not what I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this. And I love that I just got to get lost in this record just now. And as a music nerd, just can't help but fall in love with this thing. So I'm ready to jam it again. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, come follow me over on Instagram. Make sure you guys check out Patreon for the full uncut album listening party where we jam the fuck out of this thing. I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. Love y'all. See you in the next one. Peace.